Alright, so in this video we're going to start a series where we do what's better, this or that. We're going to talk about certain Olympic weightlifting things that are oftentimes debated, talked about, and different preferences for each weightlifter. What's up everyone, I'm Jesse Rosari, this is Alex Hall, we're the owners at JDI Barbell, and what we do here is that we welcome a lot of young Olympic weightlifters and we like to teach people from the ground up, all right? So today we're going to start the first of a series, what's better, this or that, and we're going to talk specifically about the front rack and a clean. All right, so there's a lot of talk about the differences between having a front rack with a closed hand, right, or partially open, or just being on your fingertips. So the idea is that if you have any kind of tightness at all in your shoulders, lats, wrists and stuff like that, that the idea would be to let that bar kind of come out, right, just on his fingertips so that he can get his elbows nice and high, okay? So a lot of the younger coach and the younger weightlifting consensus about this would be that his elbows are higher, so this is better, okay? He can rack that weight nice and firm on his shoulders. He doesn't have to worry about it coming off. So it's okay if he keeps his fingers open, right? Now that's a valid comment, right? But what we're worrying about here in a good front rack, right? What we're worrying about when we receive a clean is not the position of the elbow, it's the position of his upper back, all right? So there are lifters that even though they open up their hands like this, and even though they keep their elbows nice and high, just getting your squat stance, Alex, right? They would squat down and they would still round their lower back or their upper back, okay? So actually round, right? So then they would actually be losing this bar right here, and if their elbows were up, they might manage to actually save it and stand up, right? But they're gonna do a whole bunch of weird stuff like letting their butt shoot back, right? And that standing up from the clean is not gonna be very efficient, right? So they're gonna waste a lot of energy, right? Now that's fine, it's not really fine, but it's acceptable if you're just doing a clean. But if you're doing a clean and jerk, you want that clean to be as efficient as possible so that when you stand up, you can reset and you have enough energy, you have enough strength still to actually make that jerk. All right, so what we teach here is more of, for lack of a better term, more of a Russian approach, just because of my coach, Yasha Khan, and because of Vasily Palavnikov, who also makes his residence here, okay? And we talk about actually keeping the hand closed as much as possible, right? Because I'm not so much worried about the position of his elbow. Now, as you can see right here, Alex will have a floating bar, okay? And if you're big and you're a little bit stiffer and you're strong and you have a strong upper back, you might actually float that bar up until about 60 kilos or so, maybe even 70 if you're Vasily, maybe 120, okay? But the idea is that as long as his upper back stays in extension, okay, his upper back, his thoracic spine, not his lumbar spine, right? As long as his upper back stays extension, so squat down, right? It does not matter the position of his elbow. Okay, so although his elbow is more down, right, it's still in front, okay, he's still going to be active, he's still going to be shrugging up, meeting that bar, holding that weight, and eventually, with time, obviously, right, that barbell will actually sit on top of the top of his delts, right, and with weight, obviously, it will happen, okay? So it's the idea that I'm more worried about the extension of his upper back than the position of his elbow, right? Now, if he still has to open his hand some, if he still has to do that for comfort, you know, if he has any shoulder issue or wrist issue, that's fine, right? But the elbow position is irrelevant to the position of the back.